kings to power. And from the cities would come the mighty 18th dynasty. Now that the foreigners are gone, the Africans looked around and saw the friends of the foreigners. So what you still doing here? Now, but the African in his customary generosity said that those of you who wish to obey African law may stay, though you betrayed me. Those who do not wish to obey African law will have to go. Now you have another version of the Exodus. You can take your version, I take mine. Those who decided they weren't going to obey African law left. Those who decided they would obey stayed. There was a 16-mile land bridge connecting Africa with Western Asia. So nobody had to leave by sea. Now, while there in Africa, they copied a lot of African folklore and mythology. There in Africa, they became a people. There in Africa, they entered world history. They copied the negative confessions. They extracted 10 of those confessions that became the 10 Commandments. An Egyptian prince who grew up in the house, the royal family, convinced them and gave them 10 of the 47. And I must say he did a good job because he picked the 10 best. All he did was to change the language around. So read a book called The Coming Forth by Night in the Day that the Europeans call the Book of the Dead. No, read them for yourself. Don't take my word. Read the negative confession that's put down by the Africans. It was nothing but the examination questions, the examination confessions at the Great Lodge in Luxor. You stand before the lodge and purification rites. I have not been guilty of murder. I have not been guilty of violating my neighbor's wife. I have not been guilty of thus and so. Or you, at the end of your teaching, you are telling your teachers that you are good enough to continue to pursue your studies at this great lodge. You're saying that I have not been guilty of thus and so. And you just change the language around and says, I shall not. And you can pick up the 47 and you can find out exactly where he took the 10 from. I must say he did an excellent job of extraction. All right, now, be that as it may. The Bible gives them one Ethiopian wife. My research gives them 3. We call this a taste for chocolate, and we'll just go along with it. But that's all right. We still got that taste in spite of the color purple. That taste is still prevailing. Now, you came out of a society where there's no historical record of any man striking a woman. But in another time, we will discuss where did the woman strikers came from in this society among us, and how do we develop the habit here if we didn't have it over there. That's another lecture, a lecture for sociologists other than a historian. But what we're trying to get at now is that there was a recovery of sovereignty. The foreigners are gone. Now we have another 1,000 years of comparative peace. Now the long summary. The 18th dynasty of the greatest dynasties ever to sit on any throne of any country, any time in the history of the world. This is the dynasty that finished driving out the last of the foreigners. At the top of the dynasty, a family, Thutmose or Thutmosis. Thutmosis the first, wounded in the fight against the foreigners. That's the father. His son, the second, married to his daughter, Hatshepsut. But he has confidence in the daughter and says that after he's gone, the daughter will be Pharaoh, not queen, and she shall be treated as a Pharaoh and given the respect of a Pharaoh. They hear him say this, but they don't believe it and have no intention of giving her that respect. You have to understand marriage, when people marry their sisters in ancient Egypt, they do not cohabit with them. This is merely to keep the royal lineage within the family.